The college football experience, Washington Huskies 2025 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. So do that, and remember, as always, folks, to let it ride. Also, use the promo code TCESGPN and let it ride.
This is Jim Mora, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Football experience, Washington Huskies 2025 season preview episode. Oh, what a big year could be upon us in Seattle as the Huskies are in the Big Ten. As much as I hate it, we will have to talk about that. But look, this is a rich program over the years. They've had a lot of success. Back to, you heard Jim Mora, the intro there. He played there. His dad coached there. Don James, legendary coach. You know, you've had just a slew of them throughout the years, part of national championship teams, and obviously the most recent being Caleb DeBoer, and just a couple years ago with Michael Penix and company. But it is the Jeff Fisch era. I can't talk. And excited to talk about Jeff Fisch, Coach Fisch in year 2 there. Got to talk about that, of course. Go game by game on the schedule. Talk about Husky Stadium and everything that makes Washington a great college football location. So if you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I smoke and I drink and I don't have stress and I'm healthy.
I am healthy, very healthy when talking Washington Husky football. You know, whether it's, like I said, Don James, Jim Lambright, or Rick Neuheisel, or Sark, or Chris Peterson. Love talking about this program. Sailgating 101. That's what they say. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the College Basketball Experience, and I am optimistic to see, the upcoming season for the Huskies in their second season in basketball as well. Remember, when the basketball season goes live, we are live every single night of the season. Same for football. Give it up for former staffer at Austin Peay with the Governors, at South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and at West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Monetline Mac. How are you, brother?
What is up, man? Yes, ready to talk Huskies year 2 in the Big Ten. Got some expectations. Cheers.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight. Yes, they do have expectations. And I'll be honest, this is one of my locks a year ago, under 6.5 wins. It cashed. Remember, bowl games don't matter, but I will be completely honest. They played a lot better than I thought they would. So considering what was lost a year ago, I was actually very impressed with Jeff Fisch in his first season in Seattle. And I had to sweat on that win total, but it did cash for me. And, but I am optimistic. Let's just start right there. Pull up the slides, youtube.com/the college experience. Love these Husky uniforms and everything. Glad they, with the gold helmet in the middle in the 2000s, they went to that purple helmet. That's the way the Washington should look. But Jeff Fisch, I am on record saying I was not sure how this hire would work out. I was concerned that he might have just caught lightning in a bottle in 1 year in Tucson. Despite, improving their win total, every year. I was just like, I just don't know. But I came away from last season very impressed with him. I actually think it might have been his best coaching job of any of them, of any of this college football, head coaching experience years. Where are you at with Coach Fisch, who was obviously, he was not 15-7 in 2022. I was in a rush. He was 5-7 in 2022, then 10-3 in 2023, and then 6-7 last year. Where are you at with Coach?
I thought he did a solid job last year. They did a really good job of holding Ford at home. I mean, that's such a tough place to win. So new coach, same script there in Seattle, finding ways to win at home. But I thought he built Arizona up nicely. 1 win, year 1, complete rebuild, then went to 5, and then they jumped to 10 with Noah Fafita in his final year. So we'll see if he can jump up this year from 6 wins, because that's kind of what he's done so far in his coaching tenure.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I'm optimistic. I thought they did a really good job last year. They're ahead of schedule as far as I would define it. And the offense, year 2 in Jimmy Daugherty's system. And look, they were 104th in scoring offense, 32nd in pass offense, 100th in rush offense, and 61st in total offense. And Mac, one of the reasons I'm optimistic is DeMond Williams. So Will Lawnchair Rogers is gone. DeMond Williams played the bowl game, and if you didn't catch the bowl game, and you got some other, I think you got another start somewhere in there, but
Oregon,
yeah, this dude's a player, man. 8 touchdowns, 1 interception in his freshman season, I think it was. I was blown away by, I was just really impressed. I think they got a stud, and Washington always just. I could do a fucking hour on their quarterbacks in my lifetime, whether it's Warren Moon or the Hjord brothers or Tuiasa Sopo or Cody Pickett or Mark Brunell or Chris Chandler. I mean, honestly, Michael Penix, Jake Locker, you could just go on and on and on about the quarterbacks. What's my guy? Kerry Conklin. I mean, you can go on and on and on about how many great quarterbacks have come out of Washington. It seems like they got themselves another one here. Now, can he avoid the sophomore slump? Because that's a thing. But I mean, he only played a little bit there. But boy, did he fucking flash! And if you want to talk about ridiculous long shot Heisman shots, I didn't pull it up for this episode, but I would imagine his is way back. If he can play like he played in the bowl game all year. Might be worth that especially if you're a Washington fan, because I was super impressed in the bowl game. He is back, and remember, he doesn't count as a starter. So, but Jonah Coleman is back, and I've been a fan of him since he was at Arizona. This guy has almost 2,300 yards on the ground in his college career and 20 touchdowns. He's a beast running back. So getting him back, Denzel Boston back at the receiver spot, just 2 of 5 on the O line back though, Mac. They hit the portal, and they brought in this. I do like that Kai Horton get, man. This is a guy at Tulane that I thought played well. So giving yourself some QB depth. They also bring in Omari Evans, a wideout from Penn State, Jonte Cook, a wideout from Texas, tight end Cade Eldridge from USC, and then a slew of offensive linemen here: Carver Willis from Kansas State, Hatchett from Oklahoma, Ryan Keene from Utah Tech is a long snapper that they brought in. And some kickers and punters there. Mac, second year in the offense. I think the offense will be much better than 61st, even though it's the first year with DeMond Williams there. How about you?
Yeah, first-ish year, I guess, because he got to play and he got the reps for the final month of the year when they started playing him more. I'm with you, man. I thought DeMond Williams, like, it was kind of the whoa, who's this guy? In that Louisville bowl game and the Oregon game. I thought he played well against Oregon. They were outmatched because Oregon was dominant last year and the game was in Eugene. Talk about a tough first road start playing 11-0 Oregon. But I'm trying not to get too excited like everybody else, because we just did this with Avery Johnson a year ago where he looked great in the bowl game. And I'm not saying Avery Johnson had a bad year, but DeMond Williams is still young and still unproven, but the raw talent, the raw skills, if he can put it together, I mean, this offense will go.
I agree. I really agree. And I think it's exciting to be a Washington fan, despite all you've been through. I feel like over the past 6-7 years, despite a national championship appearance,
Yeah.
I think you thought you had Peterson long term. He decides to call it quits, family time. Jimmy Lake, I think a lot of people thought was going to be the guy. Didn't work out. You land DeBoer, smash higher, takes you to the national championship, then bolts to Bama, and you have to settle for Jeff Fisch there. But I still think exciting times to be a Husky fan. The defensive side of the ball is one with question. Steve Belichick, coach's son, he's now back at he's back where his grandfather used to coach at North Carolina. Yeah, he's back with dad. So he left, and they went out and hired Ryan Walters, who I do like as the hire. Ryan Walters, I'm a little biased, Mac, former Colorado safety, but did a great job as a DC at Mizzou and Illinois. For whatever reason, that Purdue, it wouldn't work. It didn't work. It was a bad hire, I would say. He was young, also, I would say. Like, it was, but he's a lot richer for it. I think you can build a case that the coordinator hire is actually better, but the question is, what can they do with the personnel, because the cupboard's a little empty. 53rd in scoring defense season ago, second in pass defense, 87th in rush defense, 25th in total. I'm sorry, 28th. I can't read in total defense, but they returned just one starter from a season ago at the corner spot in Prysock. They did hit the portal heavily. And brought in these first two guys. You said you were very familiar with their names. Samote Papa and Aya Ukulele. Is that DJ U's fucking younger brother? He's coming in there from Arizona. Ontario Thompson from Western Michigan. Those are all on the D line. Linebacker Jacob Manu. See, this is what's interesting, Mac. Manu and also cornerback Takario Davis were with Fisch on that 10-win team at Arizona. They were ballers on that defense. So getting those guys, I think, essential. Alexander, a linebacker from UCF, also Tariq I don't know how to pronounce his name. But who am I kidding here? How do you pronounce that right there? Al
Yukada
is you're better than me. I was like,
I just sounded confident. Yeah. It's probably fucking wrong, but hey,
but he balled out for Wazoo last year. But I just want to say something.
Yeah, how do you go from Wazoo to Washington?
This is just disgusting. Whether it's Pat Chun or whether it's this, I mean, I believe I have something on the soundboard for that, but you should not do that. You should not. Any other school but them. And look, I know you could be saying
the only thing on my mind, Gene, was pussy.
But I just think you have to have rules in society. And you can't go from Wazoo to Washington. That's just pretty gross. Pretty fucking gross. This is what I'm talking about. When I talk about those this generation, when I get off my lawn here, talk about the generation.
The fucking youth.
Look, I like to think I'm a pretty damn liberal person, huh? But you go from Washington State to Washington, I have some fucking issues, man. Like, Santa should be bringing you a whole bag of fucking coal, all right? Because I mean, it's hard not to wish at least one day of food poisoning on that guy, right? I mean, I like to think I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, but please, somebody, we have to have rules and boundaries to a certain extent. So what do the coaches all say? Guardrails. All right. These are the guardrails I want, coaching industry. They also brought in CJ Christian from the airport, Alex McLaughlin from Northern Arizona. Will the defense, I'm just going to go ahead and say no. Complete different scheme. You lost a ton. No. You will not be as good as a year ago. How do you feel about that?
I will say, to Daniel's point in the chat, they got kind of a nice schedule on. they got Northwestern, Rutgers, and Iowa and Michigan 4 straight games last year in the Big Ten. So that could help that pass defense because there's no quarterbacks on any of those teams.
Isn't that the irony of going from the Pac-12? Going from the Pac-12 the year before, where like every damn team had a fire quarterback. Even like I think Colorado was last place. Colorado had Shedeur Sanders, so it was like you went from like Cam Rising, Noah Fafita, Dylan Gabriel, all these great quarterbacks to the Big Ten. It's funny how those stats make you look. Yeah, I think the defense will have some issues maybe this year, but we'll get into it. We're gonna go game by game on the schedule. What's that?
I do like the Walters hire though. I mean, like you said, it didn't work as a head coach, but he was good as a DC at Illinois and at Missouri. So 2 different spots. He's obviously familiar with the Big Ten, with Purdue and Illinois, and I like some of those pieces that they brought, especially the guys from Arizona.
Amen. Look, we're going to talk about the state of the Washington Husky program and go game by game on the schedule. But before we do that, I want to let you know that the college football experience is brought to you by Circa Millions and Circa Survivor. Think you know ball? Then you have to enter Circa's football contest with $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Look, there's no rake, so if entries go above the guarantee, all the extra money goes to the prize pool. Circa Millions, you pick 5 NFL teams against the spread each week, or go for the ultimate sweat in Circa Survivor. There's also a Circa Grandissimo for $100K Survivor contest if the $1 million one's a little too much for you. You must register in person at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada, Las Vegas. What a great excuse to book a trip to Vegas. Sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Use that promo code, SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. All right. Look, MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, including, well, all the summer sports, MLB, CFL. We got shout out to Daniel Cady in the chat, my boy. Calgary Stamps been kicking ass for us over there on the CFL Gambling Podcast, but yeah, you got MLB, CFL, WNBA, golf, tennis, racing going on right now. And of course, college football futures. So look, MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations as well. Even outside of the States, you can easily deposit and get lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head on over to mybookie.ag. And when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. Of course, that's mybookie.ag. Promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back. We have Arizona fans entering the chat. Shout out to the great David Matola.
He's pissed that he left.
Yeah. It's okay. You got Brent Brennan, buddy. Don't sleep on Brent. Don't sleep. Look, Fisch had 1 win in his first year. All right, Brent Brennan's gonna get that program out the gutter. All right. We do a thing called state of the program. So we think the offense will be better. The defense will be worse. Where does that put Washington? We like their some of their staff hires. Transfer portal, obviously active, but some nice gets in the portal. All has to do with state of the program, but also so does the stadium. Oh man.
This is a good one, man.
Husky Stadium, 105 years old. This is a 10 of 10. Why? Because personality. This is one of the more unique stadiums in all of college football. It's a classic. It's legendary. I think of Keith Jackson. Oh, Nelly, right? Alabama, right? Keith Jackson loved Husky Stadium despite being a Wazoo grad, if memory serves me correct. But also, it's just legendary. You can't tell the history of football without the stadium there. Where the Seattle Seahawks have played there, just a slew of huge college football games have been played there over that century. I think Jackie Robinson had a kick return for a touchdown there. I mean, it's just rich in history. And it is abstract. It is the epitome of abstract. It's on the fucking water, and it has a design that really nothing in college football looks like, or nothing really in all of football looks like. I love it for that. Its personality is supremely unique, and to me, it adds to the allure of the stadium. It's got personality, and in this day and age, where, everything's copycat. That's why you watch an NFL game. Seahawks actually the one NFL team that actually improved their stadium.
I agree. The Seahawks actually have a decent NFL stadium.
Well, they didn't for a long time with the Kingdom, that filthy Kingdom. But they went to Lumen Field, and that's actually one of the best things that's happened in the NFL. The rest are all shitty stadiums. Classic teams went to shitty stadiums. This stadium, though, is fire, though, man. And obviously, if you are familiar with college football, not only is it a historical gem, and look at the front entrance on that thing, by the way. Right? Front entrance is very royal and regal, but then the back entrance is your sailgating opportunities right there. Their practice fields there, their baseball field is there. It is fucking awesome, dude. It's just very unique. One of the more unique stadiums. And obviously, if you haven't heard about the sailgating, it is supposedly awesome. I have not been there. There are rumblings that this might be the stadium that I go to this October. But as you can see there, it looks like a fleet coming in. This shit looks like a fleet coming in to attack. No, that's just drunken Washington fans. You're doing nose beers there, doing it out there so the feds don't catch them, right? And look, I mean, you pull right up to the stadium. Look at this. You got just drunken debauchery. I don't know about this group specifically. They got wooden chairs. They're drinking fucking Chardonnay. Yeah. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm saying, like, they're still having a good time. Let them be fucking people. And it's just sailgating. Sailgating is phenomenal. Yeah, look, I'll tell you this. If I go to a game at Husky Stadium this year, it will be involving sailgating. All right. I will get out there. I've sailgated before, just not at Husky Stadium. And Mac obviously stormed the field. Washington fans are great at storming the field. That's what you should do in college football and college basketball. You pay. That's part of what it's about, being a student. You pay this ridiculous tuition. Yes, you get educated, but part of it's the experience. You're getting laid. A lot of people are getting laid for the first time. Well, you should storm your first court and field in college. Obviously, have that memory for the rest of your life. Mac, Husky Stadium's phenomenal in my mind. I give it. Look at that shit, by the way. You're like right on the water, and that's the practice field. You see that practice field right there?
I know.
I mean, tell me this thing isn't fucking just incredible, dude. What are you giving this thing?
10.
Yeah. I mean,
it's so unique, and when they got this program going and they got big games there, everybody that goes there says, "Wow, this thing is way louder than everybody gives it credit for." I mean, that Oregon game 2 years ago, that was like the big national spotlight game, they went undefeated last year at home. I mean, that place is a bitch to try and win at. It's got personality. It's huge. It only seats 70,000, but it looks huge because of just the way it's structured.
Yeah. Yes, they tailgate on the water, Dilly Daggers. Yeah, I mean, it's look at that practice field, by the way.
It's the geographical part of where they're located.
It's fucking awesome.
It's a perfect personality for where they're located.
Yeah.
Northwest. And
the fact that, I mean, they had this vision 105 years ago, too, to build it right there.
Yeah.
Telling you, whoever's decision that is, I know he's dead, but he should be involved. We should fucking freeze his DNA, bring him back to life, fucking Walt Disney style, right? They got statues and shit. Look at this. They got everything. It's a fire football stadium.
It's a good
and
look at that thing. I
mean, come on. Are you kidding me? It's just one of the more abstract, but I mean, look at that shot. Kidding me? Just this is why college football is incredible. You got personality, you got legendary stadiums, and thinking outside the box. This is a stadium built like this is the same that to me is like, why do you love college football? Because you get variants. We had Mike Leach, who I know has coached a few games in this building, but create this thing. I'm gonna pass it every fucking play. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to pass it. This thing called air raid. Oh, that's not going to work. That's the great thing about college football, right? It's like, we got the stadium we're going to put right next to the fucking, what do they call that? It's not it is, I guess, technically the ocean, but it's not the ocean because it's like some type of, it's some type of channel, I think, or something like that. But And then we're going to make it kind of look an abstract, right? I'm sure they have their reasons for why they wanted to do that. Maybe it had to do with the wind or some shit. The Puget fucking Sound. Look at my knowledge, right? I don't have me go any further than that. But
Lake
yeah,
Washington, I think is what it's called.
is that okay? So does that? I thought it connected to the ocean, though. No, am I crazy?
I'm trying to look this up.
I could be
Lake
full of shit.
Washington and offers sweeping skylines of downtown Seattle. That doesn't fucking tell me if it's connected to the ocean.
I'm quickly going to Google Maps here.
Google.
Let's see if I can pull this up here. Husky Stadium, not the one in DeKalb. Oh yeah. I think it does connect. It goes through. It does connect. Yeah, goes through the Lake Union there. Connects. Comes right up the. What does this say? Why? The Shill Shoal Bay looked like Shit Show Bay for a second there. Might be with all the homeless that are taking a shit in this thing, probably. But you know what I mean.
Yeah,
over by Ray's Boathouse.
Yeah.
So it does connect to the ocean. Look at this. You got lakes connected to oceans. We talk about it all here on the College Football Experience. This is a 10, though. We're all over this thing.
Yeah.
Great fucking stadium. Get yourself out to Husky Stadium. Enjoy everything. All right. Fire Stadium. Look at that shit. You're out there sailgating. What are the feds going to do? Nothing. All right.
Yeah,
they're trying to give you a hard time. You know, who knows what you're doing out on those boats? They'll never know. All right.
Gotta get out there deep enough.
Secret of the Pirates. State of the program, Mac. I gave it a 7 of 10. I mean, you recently played in the national championship just 24 months ago, so you can't have it too low. And I think Damon Williams and the fact you even got invited to the Big Ten, even though I think it sucks for the sport and for Washington fans in general, you're going to be getting some of that money. So I'm going to give it a 7 of 10. What are you doing here?
I gave it a 7 as well. We think they're going in the right direction. We like the trajectory of how year one finish and overachieving from what we thought it would be. I mean, you were in the Natty just 24 months ago. You beat Texas in the semifinal. I'll give it a 7. They got to make a jump here in year 2 with Fisch.
Beat Texas the year before too. I mean, they kind of own Texas. Let's go. Yeah. Shout out to Monty Pritchett. It's why college football games should never be played in NFL stadiums like Jerry's World, Jerry's Hell, and Lucas Oil. Amen, Monty Pritchett. You're speaking my language here. 7 of 10 though, and I think there's still a nice future. The chat's agreeing with me too. Come be a part of the chat. YouTube.com/The College Experience. Look, we're going to go game by game on Washington's 2025 schedule. But before we do that, I want to let you know that the College Football Experience, Washington Husky style, is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long. Giving away $15 million in guaranteed prizes, including $2 million in first place. Look, there's no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football, folks. So hop on over to Underdog Fantasy, sign up, and when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Yeah, you probably heard us talk about Rhythm before. They just dropped a new game-changing feature called Power Trends. These are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a very high ROI. Think like a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Power Trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm and Rhythm only. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets, baby. MLB Power Trends are 254 and 147 this season. A win rate of 63% with an ROI of 4.5% in the past 400 bets. And the WNBA Power Trends kicking ass as well. 35 and 20 since they launched, almost 64% there. 20.7% ROI. So download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, and start betting smarter. You know we will be. Get your free 7-day trial period today. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's SportsGamblingPodcast.com/rhythm. All right, we are back talking Washington Husky football. Jeff Fisch is the man to get him back to the promised land. And it starts week 1 when Jay Norvell and Colorado State come to town. I'm baffled that these teams have never played. I was very surprised by that. Just considering they're both in the West. And there's not as many schools in the West. Kind of fast. I think they're getting. You got the line here? Wasn't this 17? I feel like earlier this summer, I thought I saw 17.
I think it was. God damn it! Where'd it go?
Either way, I'll take Washington to win this game. I might take the points in Colorado State to keep it a little dicey early on, but
19.5.
Yeah, I'll take the points. I know that Washington's offense is going to be able to get whatever they want against Colorado State, but I think Washington's defense with the new DC, Colorado State probably with Nikosi's third-year starting quarterback, probably going to be able to put up some points and some yards there. But Washington wins though, 1-0.
Yeah, I'll take Washington. And one thing, games can get away from you in that building quick.
True.
Yeah,
very true.
Remember when Boise went out there a couple years ago on opening day and got whacked? Yeah, give me Washington 1-0. 11 game.
Ooh. Remember when Nate Robinson played corner for them, the old basketball player?
Yes,
he played corner for them. I don't know, whatever year that was. Week 2. This is like the Chris Peterson game. Chris Peterson started his career there at UC Davis. Tim Plow is now the head coach. Dan Hawkins was previously the head coach. So all these Boise State connects, but they all got their start at UC Davis. And look, they're going to be in the Mountain West for all their sports except football, with kind of a clause for football. So watch out. UC Davis might be a future Mountain West football team, I would imagine, in 5-10 years. I got Washington beating them. UC Davis, good FCS though. They're a good FCS, so they can't overlook this one. Remember a few years ago, Montana. Now Montana's a lot better than UC Davis, but Montana went in there and won outright. But I'll take Washington to be 2-0. How about you?
Yeah, I'll go 2-0 as well. Let's go Huskies.
All right, then you get an early bye. There's Chris Peterson, the old Washington logo there. I don't like the early bye personally, but unless you're coming back from like Europe or some shit with those, you know, my feelings on those games. Don't like those games, but then you have the Apple Cup in week 4, which is just, it sucks to me. I mean, look, I love that at least they're still playing it, but this should be the final game of the season every year. This should be played on right after you get your Thanksgiving. You're still full on Friday. You should have Washington State playing. It's a damn shame that they ruined that, because I have so many fond memories of the Apple Cup at that point. Next year, it's week 1, by the way. Wazoo got them last year in Seattle. Now they got to go to Pullman. Sneaky. Series is 125 years old. But hey, who's counting when we ditch Washington State from the big party? I'm still bitter at that. But this is where you find out. This is going to be a second ever road start. Now Washington State obviously breaking in a brand new head coach after Dickert left for Wake. I'll take Washington, but I don't feel amazing about it. 3-0. 3-0, but could be 2-1. What are you doing here?
I went back and forth on this one. I think I'm going to take Wazoo. I like Rogers, Jimmy Rogers coming over from South Dakota State, and they got all those FCS guys, chip on their shoulder. They're still pissed off that Washington left for the Big Ten. Give me Wazoo. Give me Wazoo in an upset here.
There we go. 2-1. I got them 3-0. And then, Ohio State comes to town. Love the old Washington logo. That looks like, you've had some of that purple drink. I will take Ohio State to win here. 3-1 for me. What are you doing here?
This is my upset special. Sands first road start at Washington. Give me Washington. Stuns everybody here. They beat Ohio State in that stadium. First trip for them out there to the Great West.
Ooh, there we go. In the conference, conference play.
Yeah.
Like it. So we're both then at 3-1. Then Washington. This game's fucking horrible.
Terrible.
Washington heads to College Park, Maryland. Are you happy, Tony Batiti or Kevin Warren?
This game sucks.
Yeah, this is one of the worst college football games of the season. I'm sorry, Washington fans. I apologize, but who the fuck gets excited for this?
Not me.
I mean, I'll tell you this: Eastern Washington playing whoever you can think of. Cumberland is more appealing to me than this game. Win for Washington, I guess. I guess Maryland could get them if Washington beat Ohio State. If it plays out like you said, watch out. Maryland could get them because you are going cross country. But
yeah,
I got them coming off a loss, so I got Washington going to 4-1. What are you doing here?
I think they'll still find a way. I think because they in my scenario they took the loss at Wazoo. Now they come back and they beat Maryland here.
Yeah. Then after that, hey, look at this.
What a great game.
Rutgers is coming to Seattle. Sorry, Washington fans, if I shit on some of these games, but I have very little interest in watching this game on a slate with 60 FBS games. Win though. Win. 5-1 or 4-1. 4-1. Right? 5-1.
5-1.
All right. There we go. And then after that, they head to Ann Arbor to take on Michigan. Series goes back to 1953. Michigan, obviously Bryce Underwood, new young quarterback there. Assuming he's starting over Mikey Keene or Garcia, but I will take Michigan to win this. But I do think this game is more winnable than people think because I don't know. Michigan lost a lot on the defensive line. I think it's more winnable than people think, but I will take Michigan to get this thing done and give them the second loss of the season. What are you doing here?
Same. I'll take Michigan. Washington got him out there in Seattle last year. Rematch of the Natty 2 years ago.
There you go. There you go. So I have them with 2 losses. You have them with 2 losses. Then the Fighting Illini come to town in a series that goes back 75 years here. But I got Washington winning this, Mac. Not only do I just don't like taking these Big Ten teams when they go out west, but also Ryan Walters coached with Bielema. So I believe he'll have a little bit of intel there on how the bastard thinks, as some say. Give me the Huskies. What are you doing here?
Yeah, give me the Huskies too. If you remember, one of Purdue's games where they almost won was at Illinois last year. As bad as fucking Purdue was, Walters, a lot of continuity with the 2 coaching staffs. So give me Washington at home and Illinois. That's a far trip for them. I mean, we saw them last year when they went out to Oregon. These teams have struggled going out to the Northwest so far.
No, it's that thing goes up beyond that, man. I used to rattle off the SEC's numbers when they would go play at the Pac-12. It was terrible. They had a terrible record at the Pac-12 over the past 25 years of college football. You could look it up, when it was the Pac-12, you look it up. I mean, Tennessee got worked at Oregon. Lost at Cal. Bama lost at UCLA. They got swept by UCLA, I think, in the 2000s. I mean, for whatever reason, LSU loses at UCLA. Georgia loses at Colorado. Florida loses at Utah. For whatever reason, go in that time zone. And you know what's crazy? In the NFL, it's a valid thing too. When you go 2 time zones over, it is the stats back up my argument here.
Well, I mean, last year, Washington won 5-0. Oregon obviously was undefeated too. So none of the Big Ten teams have won in the Northwest yet. They won it couple of them won at UCLA and USC, but not at Oregon or Washington yet.
Yeah, and even the USC one, like Penn State should have lost if you watched that game. UCLA, that's kind of like a home game for them out there. But got another bye week. Warren Moon with the Husky. Who doesn't want to see that? Shout out to the great Warren Moon. They come off the bye week and they head to Madison. We just dropped our Wisconsin preview. I have Wisconsin losing this game. So Washington's magical season continues on. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm going to continue with Washington here. I think off the bye, Denzel Williams is playing really good ball at this time, and I think they have too much firepower for Wisconsin.
Then after that, Purdue. Revenge for Ryan Walters. Have fun, Barry Odom, because you're going to lose by a lot of points here. Another one. It's a nice schedule, dude.
They did. The only thing that sucks is they get a lot of teams off buys. But the Big Ten does that for Oregon and Washington because when they got to come out there, they usually try and give them a bye before that.
Yeah.
Do we have 3 losses or 2? We have 2.
I only have them with Michigan and Ohio State right now.
Yeah.
Then after the Boilermakers, they head down to the Rose Bowl, take on the Bruins, old Pac-10, Pac-8 rivalry. This is one that I do think is a little sneaky because they have Oregon on deck. But I will take Washington. I think they're a little bit better than UCLA right now. But I do think this is one if you're looking for the trap spot. You know what? Actually, give me a third loss here. I UCLA will get somebody we're not thinking. They're good, just good enough. You know what I mean? Like they won at Nebraska last year. Maybe this is the one. I think Washington will be looking to that Oregon game. And maybe they get caught here. So give me a third loss.
I'm gonna go Washington. I think their roster is better than UCLA, and I trust Denzel Williams more than Nico.
Yeah, I mean he certainly looked better.
Yeah.
Then you have the final game of the season where Dan Lanning's House of Horrors in a way. Oh no, I guess one of those was in Eugene. Either way, I believe Dan Lanning has had his struggles against Washington. It wasn't last year, but I do have Washington beating Oregon at home on the final game of the season. Dante Moore needs to prove it to me. And also, like I said, I think Washington being at home is all the difference here. I got them 9-3 here, man. What are you doing here?
Dude, if they're 9-2, this is for a spot in the Big Ten title game.
Potentially.
Well, because I had Wazoo as one of their losses.
Yeah.
Give me Oregon. Give me Dan Lanning to finally win in Seattle. Yeah, I think they Oregon gets the monkey off their back and they get Washington in Seattle finally. So yeah, give me Oregon 9-3 though for me.
Yeah, I'm at 9-3 too, and like I know the defense is a little bit of a question mark, but I like Ryan Walters, and I can tell you this schedule is fucking genius. The win total though is sitting at 7.5. They're plus 20,000 to win the Natty, plus 5,500 to win the Big Ten, and plus 980 to make the college football playoffs. I think it's worth the plus 980 to make the college football playoffs because let me tell you something. Best case scenario for them would be they miss out on the Big Ten championship. Or they make the Big Ten championship and lose because odds are you're probably going to get, if you're playing in the Big Ten championship, the committee's said that they're going to honor that. So you're kind of in the playoffs here. But man, when you look at the schedule, so to me, the plus 980 to make the CFP is worth it because what games are they dogs in?
Ohio State at home.
Michigan,
and
That's
then Oregon.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
I think that Oregon line's out.
I know, but I'm saying by the time the season gets there, like right now, Oregon should be favored. But I'm saying because the world doesn't know about Denzel Williams much.
Yeah.
But by the time that game shows up, Washington could be a 2.5 point favorite.
Right now, it's Oregon minus 11.5. I'm with you. I bet you
11.5.
Yeah.
I bet the fuck out of that right now.
Oregon minus
Ridiculous.
3. Oregon minus 3 when we get to the game.
Or Evan Stewart's out for the year, the best offensive player. Dylan Gabriel graduated. Like, who the fuck do they think Oregon is? Like, I disagree with. I just disagree with that severely. I mean, maybe Washington State in that game. Maybe.
Is there a line out for that one? I don't see a line out for that. No, Washington's laying 11.5 at Wazoo.
Yeah, I'll take the points there too.
Oh, I'll take the it's the Apple Cup we're talking about, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great schedule though, man. Honestly, if you told me right now, hey Dundee, you're a brand new head coach of a random Big Ten team. What teams do you want on that schedule? I would say give me my first pick would be Purdue. My second would be Maryland. My third would probably be Rutgers or UCLA. So you got all four of those. And I believe my fifth would probably be Wisconsin. I mean, sure, maybe you miss Northwestern in there, I would pick. But Wisconsin would certainly be one that I would pick. And then you're hosting the other three, like Ohio State, Illinois and Oregon.
Yeah. They got a great home schedule.
What if Michigan's not that good this year? Like, I don't know what to make of Michigan. They're starting a freshman fucking quarterback. They got obliterated in the NFL draft. So it's like, I mean, Michigan was an inconsistent team. I know they won the bowl game and they're kind of a mystery team. Maybe they're great this year, but I'm just saying there's also a scenario where they're like 7-5 and that's a much more winnable game.
I mean, this would be the Jeff Fisch jump, right? When he jumped from 5-7 year 2 at Arizona to what 10-3 year or 11-2 year 3. This would be the jump from 6 wins last year to 9 or 10 this year.
It's a great schedule. And call me crazy, but the Pac-12 schedule is way harder than this shit. Getting Maryland and Rutgers and shit coming to your and Purdue is a lot easier than the old Pac-12. Because those, you know what, those old Pac-12 teams, like even though like the narrative, I know like the push, you know, they didn't get, the PR was always horrible for them. But still, like you go play a game at Cal, I felt like Cal always had the capability to beat you. It's like a game at Maryland. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You know, like I think this schedule is fucking genius in a way.
Durs makes a good point. They did not win a road game last year. That was their.
What was their road schedule last year? Who was it? Still bringing in a first-year head coach. You know, I know they lost at Indiana, right? Wasn't that one of them?
Yeah, at Indiana, at Iowa, at Penn State, at Oregon. I mean,
all four of those, 3 of those teams went to the playoffs,
and then
and Iowa was pretty close.
And then at Rutgers won that fucking crazy game.
But here's my thing here is they look at the road schedule here. Okay, give me the Michigan one as an auto loss. At Maryland, I there's zero fear in that for me.
Yeah. Wisconsin
that could be the Rutgers game of this year.
Yeah.
Could be the Rutgers
because Madison is Madison, so yeah. And Wazoo's a rivalry game.
But getting UCLA is one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Half the crowd will be Washington fans. Yeah, I love the over here, and I think it's worth plus 980 to make the playoffs. Worth that sprinkle.
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of Indiana, which we locked up on this very show a year ago.
If they can get that Ohio State game, they're in serious business.
I would say just the Ohio State or the Michigan game, one of the two.
Yeah.
You're in serious business. And they just need to not trip up to like Illinois. Illinois is talented enough to go in there and beat them.
Yep.
But I don't believe Rutgers and Purdue stand any chance in Seattle. So
yeah, it's a Walters revenge game. I'd even think about that. Getting Purdue out there, they're gonna fuck Purdue up.
Yeah, yeah. They don't stand any chance. Like they will not win. Like I feel pretty fucking confident about those games. Yeah, over lock. I'm gonna lock this.
Yeah, put me in there too, and then we'll sprinkle on that future.
Yeah, plus 980. Let's jump on it. And And one of the things I should note is if Williams does have a sophomore slump, getting Kai Horton, who started at Tulane some and I thought looked good. They have depth at the QB spot to me. Yeah, load up. All right, folks, we will be back tomorrow talking Boise State Broncos and Oregon State Beavers. Hey, that was another school that you bastards fucked over. Don't worry, I know it wasn't you, Jeff Fisch, but it's these TV execs. But this should be fun to talk about both those schools. Boise obviously made the playoffs last year. Oregon State, they're still holding it down for the Pac-2/Pac-12. We will talk about them too tomorrow. Enjoy the slideshow, Washington Husky fans, and let's go. Let's make the playoffs. Let's go. I want to see you back in the playoffs. Let's take it back to the Steve Ettman days. All right. Actually, I was just watching this summer the the Oklahoma Washington Natty. I'm trying to remember if it was the Orange Bowl. I think it was the Orange Bowl then. Fire game there. Let's get you back. It's a big time games. It's happening. All right, we're both on the over. Give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at DColbyD. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. And yeah, enjoy the slideshow on the way out here. Let's go Huskies, and let's crank it up again. Let's get it back going. This is the College Football Experience, Purple Rain style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Off, so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down. They say the Lord watches over my sins, over my head, watching hair as it thins. Over the ledge, it ain't letting me in. There's still regiments and relevance to letting me win. Win, lose or draw. You ain't prepared unless you all ready to lose it all. Losing a brawl? Yeah, that's a ride a day. Good friends know my Nina Hideaway. They came and went, but the riders stay. So it's like I won the lottery and can't be found until I resurface with the latest purchase. 33 and a third and 45 circles. You ain't got that shit, and I ain't 45 king. But on the beats, I've been doing my thing. I start the program and the doorbell ring. I gotta leave town to a place I can't be found. My celly's off, so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down. American dreams, lessons, and still they work. I guess the sand on the beach still was really dirt. Now I'm going home, flying over Rome at 30,000 feet. Like, damn, is that really Earth? I see the killers work on walls, familiar turf. Got a little school in graph, 101 was first. Got a little school in math, didn't really work. But put the numbers on the block and I make them hurt. Any block is my stomping ground where my people lay low so they can't be found. They don't wanna be, ain't from the crew, but I'm honorary. Liquid, soul assassin, harmony. Type of armory that's more than a shield. Type of armory's DeLorean steel. Type of warrior's ill. So true to my sound, but dig deep so it can't be found. My celly's off so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down.
The revenge of our stealth, the intelligence plane. Bomber, a manifestation of karma. The far left, low keys, let it be. Listen, whispering words of wisdom. Ghost dog breathe in the shadow of leaves. Same darkness eyes tripping those crooks and thieves. Special forces, black ops. Bad brains, fishbone, black rock. Matter of fact, Chuck Berry and James Brown. But most of the true story can't be found. Unchained melodies inscribed to freestyle. I rock rhyme mosaics more potent with each style. Crack the system more open with each file. Upgrades and free hotels with these miles. Expansion team dilated peoples in town. If there's a better sound, then it can't be found.
My celly's off so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down.
I'm going to tell you about it now.